All right, this is going to be a short one. I'm only covering one car in this video, and I did this a long time ago, so I've sold the parts. So we're going to go through the car, and then I'll show you guys what I sold, and we'll make a donation. But this is a 1993 740 IL, which kind of seems like a boring car, but it's got a lot of really valuable parts on it. And I get kind of I nerd out in the beginning explaining why these manifolds that I pulled and everything are valuable. So if you like that, watch it. If not, you can skip forward, see what I pulled, see what I sold it for, and hopefully you enjoy it. All right, 93 740. This is on my list of cars that you should be looking out for if you're doing what I'm doing, because this has the 4-liter V8, and I know in a previous video I talked about this brake booster being valuable because people use it for engine swaps, because it will relocate the brake booster from here where it normally is on like an old 3 Series and put it up there, so you can stuff an engine swap into an older chassis. This is a 93. Let's look at the door jamb. Okay, so this is an early E32 740 IL, and build date is November of 92. So that means there's a very good chance that the intake manifold in this one has the velocity stacks. So I pull these a lot, the early 4-liter and the 4-liter M60 B40 V8s, and then the early 4.4-liter M62 V8s have intake manifolds that have larger intake runners, which means that the diameter of the intake runner going to each cylinder is bigger, and people use that as a retrofit for the late model 4.4 M62 V8s, which have a smaller intake runner. And these early E32, which is the 7 Series from 88 to 94, these early E32 740s, they have an intake manifold that not only still has those larger intake runners, but it has the velocity stacks on the inside, which are really rare and make, add a couple horsepower again to the top end. So they're really desirable. And then the rest of this car is pretty beat. I am gonna take the IHKA components, which means this control panel, the main resistor, and the module, which are behind the console, both on the left and the right, underneath the heater core. And I can use those. I pulled those from another 7 Series before, and I sold those for a good amount of money. So because I can test those in my 91 M5, I'm gonna yank those. Probably gonna take the sunroof switch panel, because those are always breaking. So if I can get that off, and I'll probably be able to sell it for 20 or 30 bucks. I don't think any of these had limited slip differentials, so I don't think there's anything to pull from the diff. But I did pop the trunk and look in the tool chest, and I found this blue. I have never seen one of these in all of my days. No cars I've bought have ever had it. No parts cars have ever had it. No junkyard cards. This thing will buy me a few coffees. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna yank that, but I am gonna get to it because it is hot out, and it's only getting hotter. Okay, so from that car we got two big things. The first big thing is that remote brake booster setup. So it's the brake booster itself, and then all the linkages that allow you to take everything from the pedal, all the pedal inputs, and get it all the way up to that brake booster. So I'll try to put a picture. I'll try to put a picture up here to show you what that looks like. But it takes like an hour to pull. It's kind of a bit of work. The second thing was the plastic V8 intake manifold that has the velocity stacks on the inside. So that was only available on like the early production models of this 7 Series V8. So they're rare and worth a lot of money. So those are the two big things. Then we pulled those 3 climate control components that I always pull, and this is like BMW's automatic climate control system from the early 90s, and it has 3 main parts. It's got a module, it's got the control panel, and then it's got this thing called the sword, which is like an old style resistor. So because I can test these parts in my daily driver that has the same system, I always pull these. I test them in the car, and then I put them up on eBay as known working. So I'll make a decent amount of money on these. So I always pull these whenever I find a 7 Series. Okay, so I have the spreadsheet. I'll take a screenshot of this and put it here on the bottom. Hopefully this makes sense. I've got what I paid for it, whether or not I listed it, whether or not it's sold, how much it sold for. Another column is the eBay fees, and then shipping fees, and then what the net proceeds are. And then down on the bottom we have that 20%. So I'm going to go through real quickly because it's been a long time and I've sold a lot of the stuff. So that Velocity stack manifold, we paid $29, sold it for $496. And then after shipping and fees and everything, the profit on that was $366. So just on that one rare plastic intake manifold, the profit was $366, which is a lot. On the brake booster setup, paid $44, sold it for $362. Shipping was a lot, and then so the net of that was $198.78. So right there, we're at over $550 in just those two parts, which is awesome for like grandpa's 7 Series sitting in the junkyard that everybody else is walking past, you know. I sold two of these 3 pieces. So I sold, this is the module, and this is a sword. Obviously these are from different cars. This is from a car that I went to like last week. So these are on eBay right now. But I sold the module for $187, and my profit after expenses or after buying it and shipping it and eBay fees was $135. And then the sword, I bought this for $3 at the yard, sold it for $137. After shipping and everything, that left me with $102. And then the last thing on the bottom is the beauty cover mounts. So like the engine beauty cover, the plastic cover has 4 little metal mounts on each corner, and whenever I see those intact, I buy them and put them up, and they usually sell for a few burritos worth of money, a few Chipotles. So the yard gave me those for free. I sold them for $35, and after everything, I made $27. So total sales is $1,183. So from that one 7 Series, I sold $1,183 worth of stuff in 5 items, which honestly is nuts. Like that's a lot better than I would have expected. My net was $796. So I walked away after eBay fees and shipping. I made $796. 20% of that is $159.20. So I owe St. Jude's, we'll just say $160. So I'll make that donation now and put it here. Cool. All right. Well, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll try to get the next video up soon. Bye.